Good evening and welcome to a new episode of your show, What's Happening? Today is Wednesday, the 16th of April, and also today is the 6th of Rabi al Awal. Honestly, we need to focus in this episode. I've been researching and I feel like there's a bomb in the world about to explode. I wanted to do this episode for the members. Let me talk about it in plain everyday language. But the things we can't say or that are too risky or could cause me a lot of problems, I'll talk about them with the members and leave it at that. Information about joining that channel is in the first comment below. There's a bomb that I feel is about to explode in the whole world. I don't know. Either it's something wrong with us, or some people just don't want to see it, or some people aren't interested in seeing it. But honestly, there's something we need to talk about. It specifically concerns the spread of the Ebola virus. We read the first talk about the Ebola virus when its new outbreak began about 2 or 3 months ago. And those who follow this channel regularly know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Do you remember the last time we talked about the Ebola virus when the outbreak started about 2 months ago in the Democratic Republic of the Congo? We were talking about 250 cases. And when I stopped following up, it was 250 cases, 270 cases. And the last thing was there were about 11 deaths. Then it became 15. Then it became 18 deaths. Today, the situation has become much more serious. Today, we're talking everyone about a huge number of cases. Now, the number of Ebola virus cases in 2 months is 5,000 cases. 5,000 cases, most of them are in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And we don't know if people later on, and also I don't know if some went to South Sudan. And there are cases in South Sudan. Previously, they were saying that there were cases that had spread to South Sudan and to some other African countries neighboring the Democratic Republic of the Congo. 5,000 infected cases died in the evening. I mean, we're talking about 250 cases and about 20 deaths in 2 months. Today, we are at 5,000 of infections and about 2,000 to 2,500 deaths. The new information about this virus, because the World Health Organization is following it, but there hasn't been any progress so far. Of course, there are several virus strains. The Zaire strain is the most well-known strain of the Ebola virus, and it has vaccines and treatments that have been invented for it, so the death rate is lower with it. But the strain that appeared, the new Ebola virus strain, is a rare one, Butibujo. That's the name of the strain. Unfortunately, there are no vaccines or treatments for this rare strain of the Ebola virus so far. That means if a person gets infected, the death rate is 50%. 50%. If your immune system alone can't fight off the virus, then the death rate is basically 1 out of every 2 people who get infected. One goes to the grave and one survives. But it seems that the survivor unfortunately continues to suffer from side effects, possibly for the rest of their life. That's what's really dangerous about this new strain of the Ebola virus. This information also revealed that the rate of spread of this virus is 3 times higher compared to the outbreak that hit West Africa in previous years. In 2014, at that time, the outbreak from 2014 to 2016 caused a large number of victims. Now in 2026, this virus has started, and we don't know in which year this virus will end, or at least when this new strain of the virus will end. We don't know. The year is 2026, and leave the matter open. 5,000 cases, deaths, 2,500 so far. and a spread rate estimated to be 3 times faster than its last outbreak in West Africa. It's always a serious and very dangerous issue. That's why I'm telling you this bomb could explode in the world at any time. We're not talking about the Zaire strain. Pay attention. We're not talking here about the Zaire strain of the Ebola virus because now there are vaccines and treatments for it. Subscribe. The World Health Organization itself said that the outbreak now constitutes a public health emergency of international concern. The organization is trying to contain the virus or keep it limited to just one geographic area. Where is it spreading? Now, doctor, the virus is spreading in the eastern and northern regions of Congo. The danger of this area is that it is currently a conflict zone with many armed conflicts, and there is a large displacement of people. Anyone from the population can leave and be displaced from this area of armed conflict. He is risking his life, whether to South Sudan or to other neighboring countries of the Democratic Republic of Congo, whether to the east or north. So you have many cases of displacement, and what's scary here is that you don't know where these displaced people will end up. Will they reach South Sudan? Could they reach Sudan? If they reach Sudan, could they reach areas in our Arab countries or not? And are there any infected people? Some infected people were actually able to travel to other countries without showing any symptoms because this virus, look, it doesn't infect others until the symptoms appear. When the symptoms appear on a person, the virus becomes contagious, unfortunately. So, doctor, what are the symptoms of infection? First, a sudden fever, a high rise in temperature, then severe fatigue and exhaustion. Then a persistent headache followed by inflammation and a burning sensation. And then I start to have major digestive problems, either diarrhea or constipation. Unfortunately, in some cases, I get a skin rash, but not always. I get a skin rash, and then I also start to have liver function problems, which is dangerous liver function problems. And finally, I start to have bleeding, internal bleeding. The body bleeds from the inside and from the outside. And in the last stage, death occurs. How is this virus transmitted? The virus, as we said, as soon as symptoms start to appear on the infected person, the disease becomes contagious. It is transmitted exclusively through body fluids, any fluid from the body, any fluid from the infected person. As soon as another person touches it, they can transmit the virus. Any fluid, blood, droplets, saliva, or any other fluid. Any saliva, any body fluid. Okay, this takes me to another point. Does sneezing transmit the infection? Unfortunately, yes. You know, when someone sneezes, they release a large amount of saliva droplets. If you are close to the person who sneezed and the saliva droplets reach your skin, unfortunately, you are at risk. Not just your skin, okay, it has to reach either your eye and go directly into your body or your nose or your mouth. The mouth, the eye, the nose. Once the droplets reach them, if it gets here, that means it has entered your body. And unfortunately, the infection happens. And this is the dangerous thing. With this explanation, I hope that a bomb doesn't explode in more than one place in the world and that we don't face new epidemics. I'm with you, Ahmed Al-Dir. Ahmed Ishil, here, I can talk as much as I want. Here, there are things I can say openly to the members. I'm with you, Ahmed Al-Dir, the producer, and we can make the program share and block it.